Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode. So, today I whipped out the Lightning Nova from the stash. I alluded to this last episode because I didn't give it to myself before. So now I have it. I gave up 40k gold. And it's pretty much all the spells I want. I might try and buy like the Greater Summon if I see that book. It's been probably the most helpful. So there we go. Had my hotkey mixed up. Golem's alright, but it's just not as tanky. So I figure I might as well go for that one. And the skeleton archers are really cheap, so I can get those whenever. I already have one stored for when I'm level 38. Stone Curse, it's nice to have. So today there was some talk about Rune and Dreadful as a prefix and suffix. Oh, Magic Rock.
This must be what Griswold wanted.
And essentially a player had brought up, it was Weaver on Discord, that you know, he was hitting this cap, or this strange number, 12,800 damage. So that was with his Demetrius, and I was like, okay, well, like, 12,000 damage is a lot of damage, so like, you know, on one hand you're like, 1,200 damage is still pretty good. But on the other hand, it's like, I checked his gear, and he really wasn't, like, decked out. Like, he had the Gavel of Pain, so I mean, pretty good unique, but his other weapon, it wasn't even close to top tier. It didn't even have a suffix. So I mean, should I save this? But I don't know. Probably not going to use this, honestly. Maybe on Elementalist, but I'll wait for the wipe. So I'll just read it anyway, who cares? So then, like, you know, people get talking about it, and they're like, well, you know, I thought there was some kind of coding reason why, like, there had to be a round, like, a number like that. It did seem weird to me that, like, 12,800 was, like, the magic number that got chosen. So, I thought it was something to do with coding, but I was wrong. It was just entirely for balance and playability. You know, you don't want to have, like, some super endgame boss to just be killed in one lucky crit or two lucky crits. So in the Hell 1, like, there used to be, I think, a damage limit of 3,000 damage before crossbows were introduced. So this made sense to me. It's not, like, ridiculous to have this. Whip. Whop. I better just get out of the way. But when it came to the Hell 2, it was just, classes do so much damage, and they have perks that are set up to do just tons and tons of damage. So, it's just too insane. Damage gets up there. Some classes just have like a lot of damage without crits, like just Savage, I've noticed. I'm making a Savage right now, and I think he's level 48, and it's just like some crazy damage. And I don't have any prefix on my gear either. I mean, suffix. I only have like the plus 260% damage on like the 4th highest sword. I'm like 700 to 1100 damage. It's stupid. Well, I shouldn't say it's stupid, but it's like I still die and stuff, but like, you know, that's crazy to have. That's like Baronera Maul in the Hell 1. Powerful. Like, really, really strong in my opinion. But there's not the 50% damage to demons, undead, and beasts. Not as much. I mean, there's still like the undead, I think, is probably the most insane. Because, you know, some uniques are going to have 50% damage to undead. But on top of that, you also have weapons that are, you know, they have the natural, like a Maul has a natural 50% damage to undeads. Plus, you know, you could have that affix, which is another 50%. And then, say you go all crit perks, you get Dread and Rune, and it's just like, you can see why it hits 12,800 in almost no time at all. Lightning Ring, I like that. So I was kind of torn when I thought about it. I was like, well, on one hand, there's defensive. Someone brought up there's defensive perks and stuff. Like, you know, there is a cap. There's like a minimum chance to be hit on certain classes, like Mage and Scout. Usually have about a 30% chance to be hit in melee, regardless of your AC. Now, I mean, typically DFE caps and stuff like that are a lot easier to hit than this. And I think that's where it kind of, you know, the head scratching came in. Because, you know, think about it, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to be doing 12,000 damage to an enemy. Like, even in multiplayer, that's where, like, that kind of damage could be utilized. It's like, it's still something you don't want to pretty much have happen. Dang. But on the other hand, it's like, you know, people do have Dread and Rune. It's a pretty common thing. So it's like, I don't even think Weaver had Dread or Rune. He just had Dread. So Dread, Gabble of Pain, you know, whatever. Decent damage weapons, high level, hits that cap fairly frequently. So it's like, imagine if he did spend all his perk points and he didn't go, because right, I know he went Swift Learner and stuff like that. So imagine he didn't do that and he got all the crit perks and everything like that on top of that. It's like, you know, it would actually be so much of a waste and so much opportunity lost because of some cap that a lot of players just weren't aware of. But I think the solution, and usually this is what happens with most balance things with Mordor, is just, you know, I just come up with little rules in my head. Think about the reasons, because there's got to be some reason that something is the way it is. Like, there's not too many instances where he's made something and there's not been any reason whatsoever for it. And if there is, he's open to change fairly soon after. So that's what I always do. I question the code, then I start to think, okay, if there's no coding reason for it, then think about it like reasonable. It's like, okay, yeah, nobody likes that much damage, but then again, nobody likes losing, you know, the opportunity cost. Their whole build, like, pretty much getting sunk because of, or a lot of their extra affixes being sunk. But it was, the solution was actually pretty good that was thought of. Mordor said that he's going to level out the damage percentage from Rune and Dread. So same average percentage, but just less variable. And honestly, I think that's the way to go. It's, they've always been kind of like that for mages and stuff, because I didn't want to do like a Nova with 1% damage. If I do that and I bet all my beans that I'm going to wipe the floor with that monster, it's like, I better hope so, because if I don't, I'm dead in the next hit. Especially in a quest area. You can't teleport away, you can't whatever. You're boned if that doesn't succeed. So it's always been a dangerous affix that way. But spells can't get 50% damage to undead and things like that, so it's not It's kind of like you get what you can take, right? Most mages, you know, if you can afford it, like rune first, and then after comes dread. But usually, once you get super high up, 3 spell levels is just better than dread, so it doesn't really matter. But most people had really positive reception, and it just everyone seems to think that's a good way to go. And even the limited time that I played a Savage, I pretty much rushed through, did only like Swift Learner up to level 19 and all that jazz, educated, just did quests, and I already kind of notice it. I'll take out like 2/3 of an enemy's health, and I'll do like a little less than a third, and it's just like it's such a wasting feeling. Like there's always gonna be the crits that land when an enemy has like 100 health left, so it's like it's kind of doesn't do anything, right? It's a loss of utility. But when you see some of those strikes, like 7 to 1100 damage, you're like, that's just normal damage. Imagine what it's gonna be like for crits and stuff on top of that. So glad it's getting a change, and it seems like everyone else is too. Damn, I can't one shot. Oh man. Really wish my lightning nova would have went off. Would have been some helpful damage. I don't want to attract too many other things here, but they have a mind of their own. They're just kind of going. I guess it's better to be closer to the pack. Don't chase him in there. Oh, God damn it. There we go. hello. Man. Just want to get so much value and just hit as many things as possible. Can't walk through doors, can't... I guess I could use this apocalypse to find out where all the hiddens are. There we go. Oh, nice. +2 magic. Hell yeah. +1 dex, lucky level. I think ice looks really, really cool now. I mean, it didn't exist before, but really like it. Brightens up the level, but it doesn't seem like it's, you know, unfitting of the mod. It's still, you know, cold damage. It looks like it kind of would look. There's that weird frame drop. I heard someone else mention it on the forum, and it was attributed to summoner classes, but I can't really figure out what it is. He said it was when you open the perk window, you'll get the frame drop, but there I didn't drop the frames. I mean, drop the frames. Didn't open my perk list, so. Actually, probably better if I just unsummon these guys. Too slow.
Not enough mana.
Well, they seem pretty accurate if two of them could keep that thing stun locked. Because I don't think one firing would be enough.
Not enough mana.
Damn. I want to get all the enemies in there to hit me, but I don't want to get wrecked. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like that shouldn't be happening. I mean, I guess the minion could be dodging and the arrows could go through him, but I thought the AC on these guys was terrible. Let's see. Stop moving. Stop. Yeah, 81 armor class, like, you're gonna get wrecked. You're gonna get hit about as much as me, so shouldn't really be any arrows passing through. I like this way because it keeps them funneled. It doesn't spread the shots over. I feel like my minions will hit more often this way. Is that pretty much everything?
Be up.
Alright, well, looks like we're pretty much done here. I'll try out the Chamber of Bone. I don't really see a reason why not to. Oh wait, maybe I do. I'm just remembering that it's really hard to see around corners, but all the warpers won't really warp to me with my minions there. It'll be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get the enemy's attention one time. I'll either have to peek my head around or I'll have to send an elemental and suck up the first hit of damage. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet. But I will give it a try nonetheless. Catch you guys next time.